I never intended to have so many toys, but you know, you like to go camping, you like to do some outdoor stuff, you buy one knife a year, sometimes two, and they just start adding up. Eventually it's a lot of money, but at the time when it's one at a piece, it doesn't feel that way. This is my newest one, which I'm going to return. It is the Pathfinder Knife School Scorpion HD, which I'm having a really hard time focusing. There it is. And I originally thought I would love it, but I do not love it. Something about the handle just doesn't feel right to me. It's a nice broomstick handle, and I know it's supposed to feel that way, but it just doesn't feel good to me. And I was assuming it would be like a larger, more HD, which is what this is, and which feels phenomenal. Probably the best knife I've ever owned. But I don't know. It just didn't feel right to me. Really, really, really thick blade. Originally, about 7 or 8 years ago, I bought this Recon Scout. So it's got about 7 years worth of abuse. And I don't know, that's been a favorite I keep going back to, but I bought its little brother, the SRK, which is my second one, the first one I actually broke doing stupid stuff with. And I've never had a knife that I've actually liked more than this one, except for possibly the Brakimo. I really, really, really like the Brakimo, and I don't know why. Something about the Brakimo feels right and feels good in the hand. I like the blade shape. I like what it does. The only thing I don't like is it's differentially treated, so the edge is hardened and the spine isn't. And you can't throw any sparks off of it, and this damn thing won't focus, but I've chewed the edge up pretty good originally trying to throw some sparks, which didn't happen, but you can actually throw some sparks with the tip of it here. And I've done that a few times. Let's see. A little 6-inch, half-inch, or 6-inch by half-inch little ferrocerium rod. I thought somebody out there in YouTube land might want to see these knives side by side, so I popped them all out, and then I realized actually it would take quite a bit of time to put each one of these knives by each other and, you know, size compare them and use the ruler. So I thought maybe, even though that's a bit more of a time commitment than I'm prepared to do because I'm just not a video editing sort of person, maybe just putting them side by side and letting people kind of get a general sense of their size would be nice. That's the bush lore, which I really like, but I never ended up using. I have to sell some of these things. And these are the cold steel Bushmen that they're socketed. And I've always really liked this. I've owned this one for several years. And I've never done anything like extreme with it, but I've taken it camping a bunch of times, and I've never liked this one. Something about this just doesn't feel right and doesn't do it for me, and something about this one just has. You know, knives are funny that way. You never know what's going to strike your fancy. Just like this Cold Steel Master Hunter. I bought this thing thinking I would love it, and I've never used it. I just don't like it. For some reason, I've never liked it. But I can't get enough of the SRK, and I can't get enough of the Brakimo. And this is I also bought this around 6 or 7 years ago. Recommendation by Nut and Fancy, you know, almost a decade ago. And I actually still carry this quite a bit. I carry this one and this one a lot. It's just a little stiletto I modified to have a flipper on. If it'll focus. Well, it's just a cold steel. Anyway. Fenwolf Lawman, which I used to carry forever and a day ago. When they first came out, I thought it was really cool. But that wore off. This I still carry all the time. This is a Gerber EAB, it stands for Exchange Blade. And it's just nice to have a really tiny form-fitting razor blade on me. Anyway, getting off track. I hope this video helps somebody. I hope somebody wanted to see one of these knives side by side or compared or something. As a matter of fact, let me move these other ones out of the way. Let me move those out of the way. And that one, and this one. And let's move this guy out of the way. Because honestly, these are probably the top best ones that I own that people are going to be interested in. I know that Survival Lily has her APO1, which is basically like a copy of this with a copy of the SRK with her own little modified flares on. I didn't want to get one. You know, I know there's a lot of money in knives here. I get that. It's, you know, but I'm not made of money, and it just, I don't know. I really do like this SRK, and my original SRK I beat the hell out of. Again, I broke it doing stupid stuff, but I took it camping like a lot. And I think this Brakimo is going to be replacing all that. So something about this damn Brakimo just feels right. I don't know why. The moment I got it, it looked right. The moment I put it in my hand, it felt right. The blade feels right. Everything just... Anyway, all personal preference. That and this are probably in a lot, but it's going to be hard to do one-handed, but these... The steels on these are the exact same. It's the exact same thickness on the steels. All of these are the exact same thickness, except for this one, obviously. You know, it's just a little 1/8 Mora. But anyway, this Scorpion HD, this Tops Brakimo, and the SRK, the Cold Steel SRK, same thickness of blade. Which one-handed I'm not going to be able to really show anybody. Maybe. Come on. As far as the blade lengths, the blade lengths are actually all the same. That kind of surprised me a little bit, but it's true. If you put them like actually where the blade starts, they are all exactly the same length. Which is whatever the hell that is. Let me, hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's all about just, you know, 5 1/4. So hitting the tip there, 5 1/4, and hitting the tip on the Brakimo. Yeah, there it goes. About 5 1/4, hitting the tip on the Scorpion HD. About 5 1/4. There, all the blade lengths are like from actual cutting edge up is 5 1/4. Sorry about the shoddy camera work. Yeah, there's really not much more to say, and I'm sure if there is, or if someone wanted me to say more, they'll say in the comments. But really does piss me off that the Brakimo does not have a through-hardened job, because I was really expecting to be able to throw sparks off the back, but it's really not a big deal. Yeah, but these three are gonna be my top go-tos. And obviously this thing has been retired several times and brought out of retirement several times, and I've used it to dig with, completely destroying the tip. I've had to re-tip this thing a couple times, just digging in the dirt, you know. Because about 6 or 7 years ago, when survival stuff was super big and everybody was doing survival stuff, we were all trying to destroy our knives and using it as an emergency, trowel and other kind of stupid stuff we were doing back then. Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. All I can tell you is, out of all of these knives that I have, and the ones you see on the table, the ones that I have absolutely used the most would be this one. I really like this one, and the steel's kind of thin on this, and you would think that's like a problem, but it's really not. This thing is so strong. This thing is really, really strong, and it's super easy to sharpen, and the fact that you can, put a stick in there and create a spear is just, it was enticing to me. Yeah. I am going to keep these for sure. Nostalgia, this last one for nostalgia, and plus who wants to buy this broken, beat up thing. I take this with me still often, and I plan on taking this to a ton of trips, and this one's this one's brand new, mostly. There's a little bit of use, but I've not done anything with this one really. But I do plan on making this my primary toy, which I again have not had a chance to do anything with. And I really wanted to like this Scorpion. I don't know what it is. I'm a huge Dave Canterbury fan. I love supporting him and his family. I love his videos. He's teamed up with Corporal's Corner as of, right now it's 2019. I like them both. I love the information, and I really, really, really wanted to like this. And I just don't, and I don't know why. But anyway, all the rest of these need to go. But I will be keeping these. Anyway, if someone would like to see something else, since I still have these, leave a comment. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not gonna monetize this video for money. I'm literally just putting this out here because someone might be interested in it. So anyway, later guys.